Welcome to the Personal Tanya, day 29. Today is the 20th day of Teves, where we're taking on this incredible book of Tanya, a book that changed the face of Judaism, and we're bringing its game-changing inspirations in around 5 minutes or so as we work our way through the daily schedule of the Tanya. You can always catch up on classes that you missed, 5-minute Tanya classes that you missed at jewishgardens.com/inspire. That's jewishgardens.com/inspire. Today's Tanya's message is that you are perfectly unique and that it's immoral to compare yourself to others. It's actually inappropriate to compare yourself to others. My understanding of what this means is that as we are on this spiritual quest of self-mastery, as we're on this quest of trying to deal with the epic battle of titans within us, the battle between the godly soul and the animal soul, where the horse and the rider are fighting each other. It's very easy to look over your shoulder and see what everybody else is doing, whereas you might just not have the capacity to reach the heights of someone else, because you're not judged by how you compare to someone else. You're only judged by how you compare to your own potential. There's actually a very beautiful story in Hasidic tradition of Reb Zusha. He was a disciple of the Baal Shem Tov, and he famously declared once that when I get up to heaven, they'll not ask me, why was I not like Moses, Abraham, or King David? What they will ask me is, Zusha, why were you not like Zusha? They won't ask me why I didn't fulfill somebody else's potential. All they'll ask me is why I didn't fulfill my own. And the reason is because the Beinoni is trying very hard to reach a state of equilibrium where his commitment to God is as real as he can make it. Now, relative to the tzaddik, to the successful Jew, the one who tamed his animal soul, the Beinoni, the struggling Jew, is not exactly very impressive, his commitment to God, but relative to himself, this is the best he can do, and therefore it's his truth. Because truth, says the Alter Rebbe, is consistent on every level. It needs not conform to higher standards than its own standards. In other words, something needs to be true relative to its own potential, not relative to a higher potential. Don't judge yourself by others. If you're holding at the level of Beinoni, good on you. Keep it up. Don't give up. Don't look at someone else's grass. If the grass is green on the other side, it's probably because they have artificial turf. And that's a very inspiring message that the Alter Rebbe validates within us, not to compare ourselves to others. And he gives us actually a deeper understanding. He says, not only is it that the commitment, that the love of the Beinoni, of the struggling Jew, is good enough for his level, but even he says it's actually always there. So even though maybe during times of meditation and prayer, the struggling Jew is able to exhibit a greater love to God, the fact that he's able to dip into that meditation at any time that he wants, the fact that he can get into a state of meditation and experience a full-blown love for God or truth, or the fact that he's able to even tap into his morning meditation through a remnant that remains, as we learned in a couple of days ago in Tanya, means that it's real. It's just not full-blown. It's just in potential. Since he can recall his love of God, his commitment at any time of the day to suppress his animal soul, that's why his commitment is constant, whether it's active or it's in potential. And that is the message of today's Tanya. Tomorrow's Tanya, we'll learn about the practical tips for the Beinoni as we move into chapter 14. This is the end of chapter 13. Tomorrow we'll talk about practical tips for the Beinoni, but that's a wrap. Let's try to apply. You can do this.